What's up guys, it's Vox. So today I'm going to be showing you how to paint a blue Roan model horse. I don't even know where to start with this. I guess we'll just jump into it. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to start off with a primed model. This model is just a little Highland pony custom who was sculpted by Taylor Outs or Kingston Studios, and so I'm going to be using him to paint this blue Roan today. Now you're first going to start off with a really soft makeup brush, and you're going to take the color slate gray, and we're just going to brush this all over the horse. Between every layer, you're just going to spray a coat of matte spray, and then we're going to go back in with slate gray, and we're going to do this for about 3 more layers. Make sure you spray matte between every one of those layers, and just keep going until your pony is a nice off-white color. Now on the 4th layer of gray, we're just going to take that same fluffy brush and slate gray and put it all over the model again like we have been doing, but this time we're also going to get this color Cyprus Umber Dark, and we're going to take this on a smaller fluffy brush, and we're going to concentrate this color on the face and all of the legs. This is just going to start laying out where the black on your blue Roan is going to eventually be. I just like having this color because it's a nice base color rather than going straight to black. Next, we're going to take a combination of colors, so we're going to take a big pile of slate gray, and we're also going to grab Vine Black, and we're just going to add a little bit of that and mix it all together. So we are going to start with this base color, and now every time we add a new layer, we're just going to add a little bit of black to this mix to make it just a bit darker. Now you're just going to take that same fluffy brush and that slightly darker gray that we've just created, and we're going to put that all over the horse.
Anita Applebum, you gotta put me on.
And again, before you matte spray on this same layer, take Cyprus Umber Dark and put it on the face and legs again, just to make that color a bit more opaque. Now we're going to add some more Vine Black to our slate mixture. And this is also going to go all over the body. Now in that same layer, you're going to take Titanium Black, and this is where we're going to start laying the black down. So I just took a small dense brush, and we're starting to lay black down on his face and legs. And now we're just going to add a little bit more Vine Black to our mixture for the next layer. Now for this next layer, I just took that same fluffy makeup brush and I started laying the color over his top line, and I'm just starting to blend it down carefully without just applying it all over the horse. Now you can see I'm starting to really concentrate this color on the shoulders, and I also take it down to the legs and start blending up, so you'll get a nice transition from those really dark legs to the more subtle gray that's going to be his coat. And then we add some more Vine Black to that mixture. Now I'm taking a smaller round brush and really starting to concentrate this on the top line, the rump, and the shoulders, also bringing it down on the barrel. You're going to want his armpits and his hip to be a little bit lighter. Almost looks Grula here. But next we're going to take black iron oxide again, and we're just going to keep adding that color to the legs and face. We're going to want his legs and face to be super opaque and super dark, so just every layer you do, you're basically adding just more black iron oxide on top. And now it's starting to get too dark, so I'm adding some more slate gray, and then we're going to even it out to make it a little darker with that Vine Black again. Next, I took a really small round brush, and I'm really just starting to concentrate this over his shoulder, his top line, on the top of his butt, and down a little bit on his barrel. Then I took a fluffy brush that I had earlier and I started to blend that out some more. Then I took that same small brush and I concentrated this on his chest so that that's a bit darker. And of course, this same layer, we're gonna take black iron oxide on that small dense brush and apply it to the face and legs again. Now I'm taking that darker color and starting to add it a bit under the mane. I just really like it when there's that little bit of depth on the skin right where the mane meets the coat. Next I took this dense flat brush and I'm just concentrating it a little bit at the hip, and then I transitioned to a fluffier brush and I'm blending that out, and a fluffier brush, and we're blending that out again. Now I'm just starting to take that really small brush with that dark color and I'm concentrating it in all the muscles. So what I do is I take this flat dense brush and I draw a line through the muscle, blow away the pigment, and then I take a softer brush and just blend it out so you really get that depth in all the muscles. You're going to want to do this in thinner strips so that you are contouring the muscles without disturbing the lighter shading that's around it. And then, black iron oxide on those legs. We want them dark AF. Then I took a fluffy brush and I'm just really blending out along the top line just to make sure that there are no lines or any harshness in there. And we're doing another layer of muscling, so take that same dense brush and blend it out with another again. We're also doing this along his chest, just anywhere that you really see that muscle indentation that you want contoured. And then back on that black iron oxide on those legs and on the face. And this is what your pony should look like as his base coat. And now we're gonna start roaning. So for roaning, I took a really specific brush. Maybe you guys can find something similar to this. It's basically like a denser brush at the bottom, and then it has a bunch of fine hairs that go out at the top. It's flat, basically just in a line, and this was perfect for roaning. So we're going to take a white pigment and basically just tap the brush super lightly against the coat, and you'll see it comes off in these like jagged kind of strips. And I just lay this down in like a striped pattern along the back. It's okay if you get pigment fallout because you can just blow it away, and we're also going to blend it a bit later. And then we're going to take a fluffy brush and just go through and start to blend those harsher, really pigmented lines. Then after that gets blended out, we're just going to keep adding more pigment, and that's what it looks like after one layer. Then we're going to matte spray, and don't be afraid, your pigment's going to disappear. Some of it will stick, some of it will go. That's okay. It's going to take a lot of layers to really build up this color because you're using white over a black horse. So you can see the color really faded, and now we're just going to go in and repeat that same process with that same white pigment. So just keep matte spraying between every layer, lay the pigment down, blend it out with a soft brush, matte spray, and do it again. And you're just going to keep building up this color until you get that really nice white that you want in those hair texture patterns. This is going to take a lot of layers, and you just got to be patient with it and keep going. It's going to take some time, it's going to suck a little bit. It's not that hard though. I found that this is one of the easier methods of roaning. Hair by hair detail with a colored pencil pisses me off. We're going to do it later, but I really like how it looks with the white pigment underneath it because it just gives it a whole nother dimension to the hairs. So again, we're going to keep laying down pigment in these lines just to try and get it as opaque as we can. Just keep doing it till your fingers fall off. That's how you know it's done. Next, we're gonna go in with a colored pencil, and what I do is I just kind of tap it really lightly. You want really, really small strokes. If you have big lines all over your horse, they're not gonna look like hairs. Also, make sure you have a reference. You're mimicking hair texture, so you really want to make sure that all your hairs are going in the right direction and that everything is going to look right. So I just lay this color down in like little lines coming down the back. I try and follow some of the stripes that I had already done with the pigment, and then of course fill in between them so it doesn't look like brindle. So we're just gonna keep laying these hairs down, and this is definitely what takes the longest. You're gonna wish you were doing the pigment again. You're really just gonna be switching off between colored pencil and pigment and finding which one ends up looking the best for you after the combination. So make sure you do maybe 3 or 4 layers of hairs and a ton of layers of pigment. Just keep going back and forth between the two until you find that combination that you really like, until it's perfect. So here's just one coat of the hairs. Then you're gonna spray your matte spray, and I went back in with pigment just to start to kind of dilute the hairs, because you don't obviously want them to look like a bunch of lines on your horse. So if they ever start looking sketchy, I just went back in with pigment and tried to tone them down a bit. This can take plenty of layers. I'm not really sure how many it took me for mine, but yeah, I kept going even after this video finished. And what you see as the final product is not everything that I recorded, so I kept going back and forth between colored pencils and pigment to get what I have now. But it wouldn't have been worth it to record because it's just the same thing over and over again. When you think your roaning is done, you're gonna go back in with black iron oxide and darken up those spots again. You could have had white pigment fallout. You just want to be aware of white pigment fallout and how you don't want it on those legs and on that face, so just touch up where anything has fallen. So that's basically it, and that's how you're gonna end up getting to this color eventually. I really hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys. Let me know what colors you want to see next in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram at _foxtastic_. You can also follow me on Snapchat at Blue Ridge Studio to see when I post stories of painting the horses. And you can follow me on Spotify at FoxGlory123. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Shine on!